So good afternoon, one and all present on this platform. And with the blessings of our Honorable Founder President, Sir Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, driving force of Dr. Atul K. Chauhan, Sir, our Chancellor, Sir, and the guidance of our respected Vice Chancellor, Madam Professor Balwinder Shukla. Amity Institute of Education, under the leadership of Professor Dr. Alka Mudgal Ma'am, has always been thriving to achieve the best of our future teachers. And step ahead, we have with us today our international guest, Auti M. Hatainen. She is the STARTI project manager at Luma Center, Finland, University of Helsinki. And the STARTI operating model supports the implementation of multidisciplinary learning entities and thematic studies in accordance with the new curricula, in which learning takes place by implementing multidisciplinary and the phenomenon-based projects. A basic aim of STARTI project is at early childhood education, but its long-term goal is to increase the children and the young people's enthusiasm for learning mathematics, for learning science, and for learning technology. So we have today with us Dr. Auti Hatainen with us to elaborate upon the same. And she is a recipient of Global Best Award STEM in Europe in 2018, and she has to her credit around 10 publications in reputed and scholarly journals as well. She has been associated with 5 projects in the field, which deals with STEM education and a STARTI project. So today, ma'am would be orienting us about how the STARTI program supports interdisciplinary and phenomenon-based project-based learning in the STEM education. So let us initiate with the much awaited lecture of ours, and definitely with the permission of the chair, I seek permission to start the session. So Dr. Hatainen, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. And just to clarify, I'm still a doctoral candidate, and so I work at the University of Helsinki under the supervision of Professor Maija Aksela, who unfortunately couldn't be here today to tell you. So in her stead, as I am the project manager of our STARTI program, she thought I would be, in a way, a good speaker to tell you more about the work that we are doing, both in Finland and internationally, as this is our international program. But if you just allow me a second, I will share you my screen and my presentation. I think it'll be much nicer to look at something other than just my face. Just a moment. Here we go. I think you should be able to see my screen now.
It is visible.
All right. So the topic is supporting interdisciplinary and phenomenon-based project-based learning in STEAM education. So that's in a way what we are aiming at. And if we think of the word Luma in Finnish, it actually comes from the words natural sciences and mathematics. So in a way, it is our version for the STEAM. And we're not only with the START project, we are not only focusing on the STEM subject, while we are actually adding the A into it and collaborating with other subjects. And for us, it's art and it's history. So it's all other subjects. So that's our viewpoint for this STEAM education. Firstly, I would like to say a few words about our network. So like I said, I work at the University of Helsinki as a doctoral candidate, but Luma Center Finland is a network of 11 Finnish universities. So in a way, in everything we do, the collaboration is the key. So it's a national network collaborating through 13 different Luma centers that are situated in different places in Finland. And our aim is to promote science and math and technology teaching, and also the work of and the enthusiasm of kids and youth. And we through this in a large collaboration, and our motto is together we are more. So we really in a way have this kind of a collaborative Luma ecosystem that we work on. And this is also the basis of the STARTy program and how we collaborate. So we're not only offering what we do and the new research that we have, the results to teachers, and work with schools and the teachers and the pupils, but we are trying to collaborate with all other parties, so for science centers, museums, business sector, other educational agencies, libraries, and so really we are trying to collaborate with all the society in a way, and that is exactly what we were awarded, that like was brought out. As we operate in Finland, I would like to say a few words about the education system in Finland, because I think it's a bit unique if you think of for the global education systems. Here you can see our education system and all the different levels. So we have a basic compulsory education. It's 9 grades, and we start at the age of 7. And the first 6 classes we have class teachers, and then in the for secondary education we have a specialized subject teachers. So for the classes 7 to 9, and nowadays we are actually talking talking about making high schools or upper secondary school also compulsory. So that's actually what our politicians are nowadays talking about. So we'll see if we will have, instead of 9 compulsory grades, we will have 12 in the future. But at this moment we still have 9. Most will continue either in upper secondary school, high school, or the vocational school. But for our teachers, as we are trying to promote this kind of like interdisciplinary and phenomenon-based education, the teacher is in a way what we are focusing on. And in Finland, the teachers are highly educated and autonomous. And when I say autonomous, I mean that we do have a guiding a curriculum, national curriculum, but the teacher has the freedom to choose her own teaching methods and how to achieve the objectives that are stated in the curriculum. And we do not have any kind of school inspectors or standardized high stakes tests. So we really trust our teachers to know best the students and what is the best approach. And in this situation that we now have a new national core curricula that is focused on this kind of integrative approaches like many other countries in the world, our curricula was implemented in 2016. So it is focusing on integration and emphasizing this what we call transversal competencies and multidisciplinary learning modules and collaboration and making learning meaningful for the pupils. So we have this guideline, but it is up to the teacher to implement this. And we come now to the situation in Finland that we have in a way that teachers are in a way a bit left alone with this, because they've been trained as a teacher with old system, and now we have a new kind of curricula that emphasizes these integrated approaches, and they as professional need to start thinking about how to do this in a way, rethinking their education and their teaching. And this is the focus point of STARTY program in a way. Why we started STARTY program in 2016 with a new curricula. We wanted to support the teachers really with this how to do this. I mentioned the transfers of competencies that are the key issue in the Finnish system. And I think this is a bit different than what you might have heard in international otherwise. So for example, in next generation science standards, you have cross curricular concepts, but we have transfers of competences in the center of our curriculum. And this is in a way achieved. These competencies are achieved through multidisciplinary learning modules that integrate subjects together. And what the curricula says is that in all basic schools, so from kids from 7 years old to youth to 16-year-old students, they must have at least one extended period of multidisciplinary phenomenon-based teaching and learning in their curricula. And the students must be involved in planning these study periods. And this is in a way the new thing and the focus again with our START-T thing. It all comes down to integrated education. I'm not going to go through this any further, but what is perhaps what I want to mention this is that we in Finland, we instead of focusing in discipline-based integration, we talk of phenomenon-based integration. So we focus on the big ideas like global warming is one this kind of like a phenomenon that is often talked about in our STEAM education. And many projects in STARTY are based in this theme, or one of the themes is sustainable development. So in a way, how can we achieve this? As we work at the university, my studies together with Professor Maija Aksela focus on integrated education and project-based learning as a method for integrated education. And I want to show you, before going further into STARTY program, I want to show you a few interesting results that we've gotten with teachers and why we think this is such an important thing, important work that we do with the STARTY program, and we will hope that we gain more and more learning communities all around the world to share this joy of learning and share their ideas, because as we see on this slide, at the moment, these are results from Finland. So even though we have very highly capable teachers with master's thesis, so they know how to teach their subjects, but when it comes to integration, they haven't really done it. And they don't have experiences about integrated education. And if we think of competence, a prior experience is a key element of it, having confidence and competence of doing something. So this is what teachers need support. So there are, you can see different kind of methods of how to do integrated education. You can do it a parallel subject or periodical subject and or this different kind of integrated activities. This means either you have you can have as the same theme in different subjects and teach it at the same time, or you can, for example, you can arrange the subject content you have in a periodical manner to make into a coherent whole, in a way, to form a big picture instead of having just separated facts. Integrated activities is really what the multidisciplinary learning modules are about. Usually it can be, for example, a theme week or a theme day that the schools are organizing, and often they do projects with these things nowadays. But these results, as we've gathered, were just around the time of when the new curricula came, so 2016, and it really was a new thing for the teachers. And similar results have been gotten from many other countries. And interesting is, I told you that from grades 1 to 6 we have class teachers, so primary school teachers are class teachers, and they have more experience. The circles, yellow circles, never having any practice of different integrated practicing, those or squares, that's of secondary school teachers all. So in a way, and the teachers who have had at least once or twice experiences of integrated practices or are usually mainly primary school teachers. Here are some advantages. So in a way, to the question, so why should you use phenomena project-based learning when you want to use a phenomenon-based and interdisciplinary education, and why we think it's such an appropriate method. These are, again, perceptions of from teachers, and there are separated Finnish teachers and teachers from other countries. And these are teachers who all have participated STARTI project program. So in a way, when they are doing STARTI project with their students, they say the advantages is really in the learning outcomes mainly. So most of the teachers see this as the main advantage. And here they are focusing, when they're saying, they really emphasize that this is not only teaching the subject content, but also teaching the students skills. Like I said, in Finland, we talk of the transversal competencies. In many times you hear also 21st century skills. So it's collaboration skills, it's communication skills, it's problem solving skills. These kind of skills that are often thought along the line when you are doing project-based learning. And one other thing that especially was emphasized with the international teachers was to students increased awareness of social scientific issues or environmental issues. So again, we come to the phenomenon being this linking the student, what you teach and what you learn, to your everyday life and the world around you. And often it is this kind of sustainable development or other environmental issues. Other advantages is the collaboration, like I said, again, but also this is a very highly motivating for the students, and it makes the learning meaningful. And what has been said from the teachers, I think this is nice quotes I wanted to share with you to highlight the point of why, in a way, I encourage everybody to try phenomenon and project-based learning. So again, the other side of the coin, I think, we have these nice advantages, but when teachers are doing this, and these are in a way that, again, the teachers who have been participating in the START-E projects program, it's these are challenges that they have faced, and they are really emphasizing the facilitation of project-based learning. And mainly it comes down to the time that's often mentioned, and then in a way supporting and the students who are making the projects. So how do you, in a way, the question is how I as a teacher can facilitate the project so that the students can achieve the goals that have been set in the time that we are given. In a way, that's the main thing, and we can I can show you some examples later today for this, and we perhaps guide you through this, what to take into consideration. Other thing, of course, is especially because we have data from different parts of the world, is different kind of educational systems that bring out different kind of challenges. For example, how you for this project-based learning, as the idea is to collaborate between different subjects and collaborate with teachers. It does require, in a way, this kind of like a system that offers opportunities to make this kind of collaboration. And nowadays, of course, many of the issues, as with the START-E program, because it is in a way in START-E program, because you're sharing what you do internationally. It's part of what you do. We're asking you to make a video, for example, and this kind of like a technical issues are sometimes then challenging for either students or perhaps more the teachers. And this kind of like a ITC issues then come into play with this when participating in international collaboration. All right. I think that is enough about the situation at the hand. Can I first show you about what I mean when I talk about project-based learning, and then we go into START-E program. So, because why I want to bring this out is because I think we are all, in a way, have idea what is a project working, but from the research point of view, traditionally projects have been made in a way that it's not focusing, in a way, the project is made in a way that it shows what you have learned previously, when the idea in project-based learning is that the learning happens while you are working on the project. So in a way, when you start this project process, you don't really know where you end up. So you don't know already all the answers. So it's not just showcasing what you've learned earlier, but in a way it's a process when when you're doing together with others, and that you're learning while you're doing. And therefore, in a way, you should focus on this open-ended and bigger ideas, phenomena, like we in Finland like to say, are good a starting point to start asking questions and then building up your projects. So, what is project-based learning? It's interdisciplinary and student-centered activity. I think, like it says here, it's in a way, it has two essential components. You need to have a driving question or problem in the beginning, and this is something that we encourage to involve the students with. So not only, for example, oftentimes in started projects, the teachers set the main theme, and we even have 4 themes in started projects that you can, in a way, frame your working, and then the students will choose, in a way, start thinking about what they know and what they want to know more, and in a way focus their working on a driving question or a problem. And the answer should be in a final product. In a way, you need to make some kind of an artifact that shows, answers the original driving question and problem at the end of the project process. From a teacher's point of view, in a way, this is not only sets us in a way in a different kind of role, because we are not giving the answers, but we are in a way supporting students to find them answers. And we're not doing this alone, but the main idea, in a way, because it's interdisciplinary, is to collaborate with different subjects. And when you're collaborating, I like this picture because in a way showing you when you have a phenomenon when you're looking at, and it's not enough that you're in a way just looking at it from your own point of view, in this case from your own subject point of view, because it might even result in the situation where you're not seeing the big picture or the elephant in the picture. You're seeing something, just a part of it. So it really needs collaboration, means not only the students, but the teachers need to think about the transfer of knowledge. How does this happen? So that you have knowledge from one subject that you can transfer it into another. And this is in a way then where what the teachers need to focus their actions on. How can we help the students understand this and see the big picture? How can we support, what kind of support structures that we can give, and guiding what we can give, so that in a way the students will make this connection between different subjects and different things, the everyday life and the subject content knowledge. For example, in this way you have the caffeine and the Coca-Cola glass in this picture. This is just to summarize what I've said in a way about the good model for project-based learning. It starts with the questions, and then the students start searching for information from different perspectives, and then comes the building of new knowledge and information, where it's essential that the teacher supports the students so that they will make the transfer of knowledge and will see the bigger picture and are able, in a way, to build their project creation and make their project creation and answer the question that they had in the beginning. And again, another point of view for this as what to consider as a teacher. And also when you're doing a started projects, then what to consider. In a way, you start with the goals. We all have different kind of curricula that we need to base our teaching to, and in a way we need to then think about how to incorporate this student-centered point of view into this project working process. How much time do we have for our projects? So, for example, in the Starty program, the projects can be smaller or larger. Really, it doesn't matter for us in a way. So you can do something in 5 hours, or you can do something that lasts from the whole school year, then, or just a course. So really different kind of different time for the project, of course, then affects in what you can achieve or what kind of goals you need to set. And then the assessment, not going deeper into this, but that's in a way something that is it's formative assessment mostly. So in a way, you're not summarizing the end result, only the project artifact or the results that the students have created. So you're not only giving a number for that, but in a way you should help them move forward in the assessment, and you should also involve the learner or the pupils and the peers in the evaluation. So oftentimes this is when the students are giving presentation, the other students comment and ask questions and perhaps give some kind of assessment in for the presentation, for example. Or it can be just this formative assessment can be just having group discussions or filling in some self-evaluation or peer evaluation forms. This is, I think, what you mostly will find. And it's something that happens throughout the project process. So from the start to finish, in a way, you should think of how to assess that and help the students to move forward in their thinking and in their projects. So now, this is our answer in a way to this in this situation. Our way of supporting teachers and supporting students. And we see Starty as a novel way to promote this STEAM education. And essentially what a Starty program is, it's a community for collaborative interdisciplinary project-based learning. And I actually have been talking about this already, what our aim is. So we started in Finland, and we saw the need in Finland to support teachers with a new core curriculum and the emphasis on integration. But we really are focusing and hoping to build on our international community, to really share ideas internationally and inspire each other when we are carrying out project-based learning in science, technology and math subjects all around the world. And even though we mainly focus on schools, from early childhood education to upper secondary school, so it's for kids from 3 years old to youth to 19 years old that can participate in Starty. And we also try to engage kids and youth and families through science club ideas that we have, and and we welcome their participation in startup program also. So it can be a hobby group, for example. So it doesn't have to be our formal education system. It can also be informal study groups and hobby groups that participate. But it is in a way done less than most of our participants come from schools. So like I said, the learning is sharing, and a pivotal part of our work is that we want to bring the work out of this classroom and share it. So it is not only doing the project, it's presenting them to the others. And we organize science and technology festivals for this nationally in Finland. And we have a few partner countries that also organize them nationally in their own countries. So really festivals with a program and where all the participants have the chance to showcase their own project. And we then also in a way promote the best and offer the best projects and practices are awarded. So in a way, it's not only the projects and what the kids and youth are doing, it's also what what the teachers are doing. So they have the chance to share their ideas and their knowledge and their teaching models to others. And internationally, how we also do this, I said, it's through online opportunities. We have courses, and every year we organize as a part of our program and online voting on our YouTube channel. So this is in a way why I said that we are hoping everybody will make their videos about their work so that we can share them and then have in a way this more opportunities for sharing. Since the beginning, 2016, over 50 countries have participated. And if we think of our last school year, and we start in October, we start in August, and then in Finland, and the school year ends in the beginning of June. So that's in a way our year also in the STAR-T program. Last year, we had over 850 communities, 4,000 teachers, and over 41,500 children and youth participating with this. And through our network, they're shared more than 570 projects and almost 300 best practices. So these are the ideas of teachers that they want to share their teaching models or teaching ideas how other teachers could do this kind of integrated or phenomenon-based, project-based learning. And in a nutshell, this is the STAR-T process. If you want to participate in our program. So in the beginning, we hope that you register as a learning community. So everybody is registering as a learning community. This is and the work is done in themes. So even the kids, they are working in themes. So you are in teams. In teams, and so nobody's working alone in STAR-T. And you register and you begin working on your, in a way, in your own school or in your own learning community, and you start doing the projects. And we offer a lot of support with this. So we have had, like I said, we have online training, we have a seminar, we have a material bank in our web pages. I can give you the link perhaps through the chat later. And through that, you can find a lot of materials, so projects done and best practices from last years. and other material that we offer through our Oluma Center Finland network. Then comes a moment when you've done the project, that comes the moment of sharing your ideas. And we hope that everybody will keep their own starty day in their own community, because we don't have the opportunity to organize starty festivals everywhere, but we see that this is in a way the moment to motivate the children and the youth and people participating. It is usually the highlight of the starty process for them, when they can share what they've done and look what others have done. So in a way, even if you don't have the opportunity to go into starty festivals, or then we hope that you would somehow make it possible to organize a starty day in your own community. And then comes the time for reporting. And this year, if you want to participate during the current starty season, then the reporting should be done by 14th of February 2021, so next year, February. And after that, every spring we have this international sharing, public voting through the videos. And then as a highlight of the year, we have the International Starty Gala, where we award the internationally best projects and best teaching practices. So, like I said, we are promoting phenomenon-based, project-based learning, and we do this through choosing themes for every season. And for starty 2020 and 2021, we have 4 themes. The first is sustainable development. So, like I said many times, we have earlier seasons, a lot of projects have been made up around climate change, but this also could be a project about circular economy, for example, or other issues. And then we have a mathematics around us, technology around us, and with the technology around us, is oftentimes it's the projects are in a way designing something, programming and designing. Oftentimes we have this projects made for this making a moving device or moving toy. And my Luma, the last theme, is then in a way it's a free choice topic that of your choice that is somehow linked to science, technology, and mathematics. So in a way, there's a lot of freedom with the topic that you can choose. We really want to offer the opportunity for you to think of as a teacher in a way, and to think of, so that it can be starty can be applied to any subject in a way, and any situation, any theme. So we don't want to be too strict about this, and that's why in a way we are offering this much freedom with the topics and themes. So how about what is the form of the starty project then? Like I said, again, a lot of freedom, depending, so to again offer the chance to do shorter and projects or longer explorations. It really can be the project ideas. It can come from everywhere, and if you think of the form and then or the project creation that have been done, we have received actually the drama, for example, or musicals have been made that emphasize different STEAM educational issues. So whole school has been working on the, for example, there was a case of the Song of the Sea musical in Äänekoski in Finland. It was upper secondary school that organized the musical, and with the whole school participating, and it was about then this environmental issues and the Baltic Sea, the situation of the Baltic Sea, and the problems with it, and they wanted to, in a way, raise the awareness of their global, of their local society. So the city of Äänekoski, and they made this musical, and then they showed it around and had the opportunity to show it to the people and invite people not only from the school and parents, but also other people really to come and watch the musical. But it really can be just a investigation or studies about some STEAM related problem, and then you can make a report out of it. So a larger report really emphasizing, for example, these science issues, the science topics, if you want to make this kind of like other things, more traditional projects in a way. If you think what we've done, it can be that kind of things too. So really can be all kind of things what you're doing. So I think now for the couple of examples, and if you have any, I don't know if there's a possibility to have questions in the chat, but I'm going to show you a couple of examples and at this end, for example. These are just a couple of pictures of study days that have been organized in schools. Like I said, there's in the middle picture that's in a way a fair that was organized, and the theme was avaruus is space. So it was, you can see that kids or students of different ages are participating and looking at the project, and there are in a way this kind of possibilities in the other picture. Then you have a poster, and then you have some kind of like a task you can do, this as a science test or some kind of a demo that you can show and make something really hands-on experimental things also as a part of this study days. And in this picture, it's again another fair where really the projects were more presented by the posters, but they also included the students, the elder students, the older students were then giving this kind of like workshops for the younger students. And then you have this really a bigger fair where not only the school students but other people from other schools were invited to the study days, and also parents, and everybody could go look around. And this is really all in a way it's really like a science conference type of affair happening in the upper picture. All right. So if you want to read more about our program, there's a website start.luma.fi/en for English, and you can find a lot more there. And now, as we have a couple of minutes, I could perhaps, is it okay if I show you a video? I'm not sure if I have a chance to show it to you, but let's hope, because I think that gives a lot more from the examples, because the teams have made the videos. I would very much like to show it to you through these videos. Here, this is the web page of STAR-T that you should see now. These are the best project nominees from 2020 that were awarded in our online gala in June 2020, so this summer. This alternative solar energy is a good example of projects that have been made in the theme technology around us. It's a primary school, and for them, this is in a way what they're trying to. There were two groups in the classroom. One was looking into alternative solar energy, and the other group was then thinking about low energy house. And this is in a way the research diary. So that's in a way when you're doing the STAR-T projects, what we ask you to do, so that we know what you've been doing, and in a way to report your learning, you should keep a diary of some kind. So this is in a way their diary. They made it online to share to everybody. So this is the low energy house, and that's the project. And in the picture you can see the project, the artifact in a way, and then descriptions of the experiments they were making, and they really had this kind of like a starting idea, and then this and this model where they were experimenting this. I'm not sure if it's coming, and I think if I had it, I'm just gonna, I think you're not gonna hear the voice. Just a moment. Sorry. Now you can actually hear what's been done.
Grüezi miteinander! Wir sind Melanie, Manu, Elia und Noah aus der Schweiz. Wir wollen ein Haus erfinden, das möglichst wenig Energie verbraucht. Dafür haben wir verschiedene Experimente gemacht und uns von der Natur und Wissenschaft inspirieren lassen.
Wir wollten einen Raum ohne Strom ganz beleuchten. Wir haben es mit einer kleinen Kartonschachtel und einem Reagenzglas ausprobiert.
Das Ziel war, aus Sonnenlicht warmes Wasser zu produzieren. In der Sonne soll das Wasser in den Schlaufen erwärmt werden. Nach einer Stunde waren es 28 Grad. Die Luft war 12 Grad kalt. Wir haben die Idee von den Astronauten. Die Astronauten benutzen so eine Folie, um ihre Raumschiffe von der Kälte des Weltraumes zu schützen. Die Idee war, die Goldfolie als Vorhang für die Fenster zu benutzen. Wir haben herausgefunden, dass die goldige Seite außen am wenigsten Wärme durchlässt. Deshalb sollte bei unserem Haus die Goldseite außen sein.
Wir wollten herausfinden, welche Form am besten ist. Wir haben die Idee von dem Kompasstermiten, weil die Häuser immer nach Nord-Süd ausgerichtet sind. Wir haben das Haus für das Experiment nachgebaut. Wenn die breite Seite vorne ist, wird es innen 27 Grad warm. Wenn die schmale Seite vorne ist, dann ist es im Haus drin nur 20 Grad warm. Aus diesem Experiment haben wir gelernt, dass die breite Seite zur Sonne im Winter besser ist.
Zuerst haben wir einen Architekturwettbewerb gemacht. Mit einem einfachen Computerprogramm haben wir verschiedene Häuser symbolisiert und das Beste nachgebaut. Wir haben unsere Forschung in der Theorie und in der Praxis mit einem Musterhaus verglichen.
Alle Experimente haben messbare Vorteile für unser Haus gezeigt. Trotzdem war die Temperatur in unserem Energiehaus nicht höher als im Musterhaus.
Wegen den Spalten im Dach könnte kalte Luft.
All right, so I'm going to stop here. I think you can see it in a way. That's a very quite a usual example of what we have in a way in technology around us projects. You have this kind of programming, and then you had a handicraft, and you were incorporating these science experiments and trying out the ideas, and the students had these ideas coming from space and the termite nest and everywhere, and they were then in a way trying if it could work, and some actually worked and some didn't then for their projects. So I think that's one opportunity, and like I said, if we have some questions now, I could answer. I can see there's a question and an answer box. Perhaps we can go through the questions now. So the study program, okay, so there's a question. The study program is only foreign language or in English. Some countries are bilingual. In a way, as you could hear from the video in itself, the students were speaking their own language. So it's okay for us. You can do it in your own language, but of course, because we when you're reporting to it and sharing the idea, then in a way you need to do it in English. So subtitles in the videos or in the reporting, I can show you actually another idea. Just a moment. I'm going to show you. I actually have it quickly. A project from China. Actually, they want the students. They saw a problem in their local library that the books were up in a way with the moisture. They were becoming moldy, and they wanted to research how this could be prevented. And their project diary looks like this. As you can see, the students made it in Chinese, and then they added, when they reported it to us, they added the translations in English. So we have the original work by the students here also in picture. We cannot understand, but with the explanation in English, we can understand and we can see what they've been doing, and then in a way we can other teachers can understand what they've been doing and perhaps get ideas. Oh, this is something I can incorporate into my own teaching. So really, with the language, you can use any language you want. Just when reporting and sharing the idea, then English is the language that we use. And the second question we have: how does START program cater to children with learning disabilities? How sensitive is it towards them? Yes, this is a good question. Thank you. Project-based learning in itself, as a student-centered approach, also means that you can take the children into consideration and their different backgrounds and their different abilities. And with the projects, especially when you're doing it in themes, I think we've seen that the children, they all, in a way, they have their own strengths. And when the projects, they can in a way decide how they're going to do, what kind of project artifacts they want to do. You see new kind of strengths and skills that the students have, and they can use them instead. So if somebody, for example, has some kind of disability that affects their science or mathematics learning, for example, can then be brilliant in something else and have good skills in something else, and they have the opportunity to incorporate their what they're interested in and their skills into the projects then, and have this kind of like a feeling of success and this kind of feeling of being competent and being able to achieve something and participate in it. So you can even and oftentimes, you can even have inside one class different student groups that have different kind of aims, learning aims. We have said so in a way, when you're as a part of this is to incorporate the students in the assessment of what they've learned. You can have a group that is highly skilled and that aims higher than other groups, and they can have different kind of aims for their own projects. And then, as a teacher, you have to then just discuss with them how it's going to affect their end results and for example, their grades or something. But you can, I think with this, you can take all the learning disabilities into consideration, because it's just so flexible in a way, and starting from the students.
We have one more question, but
we're already over time, so
we have the paucity of time. So I would definitely send the same to you via mail, and it would be great if you can reply back at time. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Thank you for the questions, and thank you for this opportunity. And please, I will apply. I will answer by email. So if you send me the questions, I will apply. I will answer. Thank you
so much. And you have actually emphasized not only upon STEM education, but the added A concept is also very, very important, and making it definitely a STEAM education.
Yes.
It's a new terminology that is being added by you. Otherwise, we were like for the even in SDG goals, it is the STEM education which is being emphasized upon. But this component of A is also very important, that should be looked out even in our curriculums. So the pre-service teachers, the in-service teachers, and all belonging to the education domain, we'll also see to it that to what extent it can be added in our curriculums as well. And then you have discussed about the national core curriculums, the new core curriculum of your country, emphasizing upon various competencies and all. And those competencies are also very important. Even our organizations of educational organizations, we are also emphasizing upon almost the same competencies and the skills, which we are calling as 21st century skills, wherein you have given, you have named collaborative skills, cooperative skills, and then problem solving also you quoted about. So we are also using these terminologies as 4 C's, and then it is a kind of another 21st century skills that we want our students to emphasize upon and to as well learn and imbibe are like flips. So there are many strategies as well as the skills that our students would be imbibing through the curriculum that we have also framed. So that is really, really good when we compare the curriculum, when we compare the structures, when we compare the strategies of 2 different countries, we get to know that what all can be incorporated, right? So that is really good, and I'm so grateful to you that you have told our students about problem-based learning. And then you told them about the STAR-T projects and how even these students can also participate in such type of STAR-T projects that emphasize upon the hands-on skills. And that is really great. I'm looking forward for such associations in the coming times, and definitely our students would also be participating in the same. It's really good. Thank you so much.
I hope to see many ideas coming from you. Really too.
Yeah.
I think together we are more, like we like to say,
yes,
at the Loma Center. We really believe this.
Your lecture with that. Together we are more, for sure.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. I think I need to go to our next meeting.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.